Good morning and welcome back to Subsistence. Right, I have been busy. We've had a new update from Cole Games. It's a cooking update. Oh my word, there are lots and lots of changes to go through. The biggest change being that you can now craft an oven in the BCU. Oh, there's so much to talk about. Now, have actually been playing a little bit off camera because I wanted to get a few things ready so that we could actually bring the cooker into the build. I've actually built a fridge. I haven't upgraded it or turned it on even yet. But you can see one of the new items in the game. There are 3 new collectible plants. There are potatoes, carrots and onions. I have been very lucky to find all 3 of the items. At the moment I've got onion seeds, carrot seeds, and upstairs in the plant bed I have been growing away, working very hard. We have carrots, onions and 1 potato. I only just recently, in the very last day, found a potato, and the potato is planted here somewhere, so it's not even showing up yet. It was that recent that I found it. But they're the carrots there, and they're the onions. Each carrot seed, onion seed and potato seed yields 3 of their respective vegetables. That's why they're in groups of 3, and I've only got 2 of each planted there and 1 potato which hasn't come up yet. So that's a big change. There is now, at the bottom of the screen you'll see we've got stamina, well, I suppose that's our health bar, and we've got hunger, health. Let's just hover over them. Right, hunger, strength. I always thought of that as stamina, and then health. Proteins, fruit and veg and hydration are there. I think he's made them a little bit bigger, fatter, taller if you like, so they're a bit easier to see what's going on. There is a default health level now of 80 and a default strength level as well, and the system is that cooking and preparing and cooking and eating hot food, hot meals, will actually build up your levels. So these little bars at the bottom there, we've got a little red bar and a little blue bar, they slowly tick up over time, and then you will get another health point and another strength point. So if you hover over food now, you can see max health. If I eat that cooked chicken, just plain cooked chicken like we've always eaten, it will give me plus 0.05 on that health bar, the little bar at the bottom, and also a little bit of strength, and over time then that will tick up and increase, and this goes up to a maximum of 125, so leveling up if you like. Fruits and veggies don't have the same. Protein bars don't have the same. They will just fill up your proteins and fruit and veggies as they've always done. It's cooked food that will increase those health and strength bars. There is also a cap or a limit on how much you can eat. So if you're not hungry for something, it won't let you eat it. Let's see if I can eat that. Yeah, I was hungry there, so it's allowed me to eat that. If I tried to eat another one now, it wouldn't allow me to eat it. It would say I'm not hungry for that food. But all these changes meant that I really wanted to get the fridge, because if I'm going to start killing animals and cooking things on an oven to make meals, I want to make sure that I can preserve them. I haven't switched it on yet, but what I have been doing is working towards building up my power and mass, and that is so that I can make the oven. So we're going to do that now, and I've put the materials to one side. We need 6 metal ingots, and that's what's been taking me so long, is gathering enough iron to make this bloody thing. So we're going to craft the oven. Oh, looks like I've got that calculation wrong there. Let's put these away. Now you'll also notice that everything stacks to a greater level now. So when you look in all of these chests, I've got a lot of room now. So yeah, compile everything into much bigger stacks and free up a lot of space. So ash stacks to 300 and nails to 300 and wood to 100 and cordage as well, so really good. Right, let's get this oven. Yay! Okay, let's get that down here and we'll place it. This runs on power from the BCU, and I thought I'd put it over here, make a bit of a kind of a kitchen-y thing going on here maybe. We don't want it too far away from the rest of the place. So there's our cooker. That's pretty cool. Now the problem being, the problem being you need to build pans in order to craft these recipes. Right, there are, I think, what did he say? How many recipes did he say there were? Let me just have a quick look in my update documents. 10 new cooked food items. So we have hash browns, liver and onions, steak and eggs, boiled eggs, mashed potato, tomato soup, my favourite, chicken stew, rabbit casserole, fish pie, and roast chicken and vegetables. And a roast chicken and vegetable needs a level 10 chicken. When you butcher a level 10 chicken now, you no longer get pieces of meat, although I think I read in the forums that Cold Games is thinking of making that an option, so you can choose between a whole chicken or pieces. But you get a whole chicken, and you can make a roast chicken and vegetable, and that is the best return for your cooking efforts. So, but each one of these needs different equipment, and I think you make this equipment in the workbench, so that's what we're just going to have a quick look at now. I've been cranking out these, yeah, here we are. I've been cranking out these iron ingots. I don't know if I've got enough, you know, to do any of this anyway. Oh, I've got enough to do one. That's terrible. Oh well, at least we'll be able to fry something, I think. Let's have a look. Frying pan. Boiling pan needs 6 and a baking pan needs 8. Oh my gosh. And we need another 100 mass, sorry. So we're going to need 5 adhesive. Luckily we've got plenty of adhesive. I suppose at least it's making use of all these items now. So, what level of mass are we on? We need 100. We're going to need quite a few of something to refine. To recycle, I'm sorry. I'm wasting nails, I do know I'm wasting nails, but it's the most easily available item. Come on, tick over, I only need 100. And we'll make the frying pan, but I think the rest of it's going to have to wait. Right, we're going to craft the frying pan. Awesome. Well, at least I've got that done today. Right, okay, in order to do some of these recipes then, which I'm hoping this will tell me what I'll need. Look at our mass now, we're just empty. Right, there's the frying pan. I wonder if you can hold it in your hand. No, you can't. Let's put the frying pan in its slot on the equipment tray there. We need to upgrade this as well, and it needs more ingots, so I'm really stuffed. Steak and eggs needs a steak and 2 eggs and 100 power. Liver and onions needs a liver and some onions, obviously. And hash browns needs potato and onions and less power. But you can see the values of the health and strength that you'll gain. Actually, steak and health is steak and eggs is a huge benefit. So let's go out and get a wolf, and then that way we'll be able to try out at least doing a little bit of cooking. So there's the frying pan with its little lid, and this all lights up as well when you use it. So This doesn't need turning on at the moment. We've got 12 eggs, so that's pretty good. Before we go, let's just have a quick look at whether the plant bed needs watering or anything. Because we want this to... No, we're good. We want this to really start kicking out some of these vegetables, so we can try some of these recipes out. So yes, this bar is going to be interesting with the strength. I'm going to have to get used to that. Strength and health updates, and you get a little notification on the screen and a little tune sounds to tell you that you've leveled up, if you like. In that respect. What else is in the update? It's mainly about the food, to be quite honest. There are now some better tip bars. When you hover over things, they don't disappear off to the side. These hover over tips and information bars have all been improved and cleaned up, and I must say they look very good. Now there is also a quick change. We'll have a quick look in the BC and then we'll get outside. There's a quick change. The water well, which I was thinking of making soon, has been repurposed to drill for specific ore types. We do have enough rope to make this, and I'm wondering if it might be worth making, because what you can do is once it's drilled down into the ground, which takes some power and takes some time, you can set it to retrieve certain ores for you. Problem being they are raw ores, and then you do have to refine them in the refinery, so it's a really expensive prospect. But if you're desperate for ores, it's certainly a way of getting those ores. So, and I did read in the forums that some people were a bit disappointed that he'd replaced the well with the mining drill, because they still used the well. And I think Cold Games is thinking about bringing back the well as an option, so you can build either. There have been a few fixes along the way as well. Do we need anything? I kind of need some veggies. Oh, they're in the fridge now. Look at this kitchen! Right, we'll eat a tomato. We'll have another protein bar. And we're good for water. Okay. Right, eating low-grade raw chicken and rabbit now causes illness. It was supposed to, but I don't think it was ever quite implemented properly. Water used to cause illness, but the rabbit and the chicken, the raw chicken and the raw rabbit didn't cause, but were supposed to cause illness. So that's been corrected. Antidotes now require raw liver, which is very interesting. Oh, should we get a wolf? I think we should. For some reason I thought there was another wolf around. Right, let's butcher him up and see what we get. Hopefully we get a steak. We can go and cook some steak and eggs. No, a liver, wouldn't you know it? Okay, well we'll carry on. Yes, so antidotes now require raw liver, so all those lovely burnt livers that we were storing around everywhere are no longer useful. I'm very glad that I transferred my livers after a lovely comment and crafted up a load of antidotes, so I'm kind of set in my game, so that was really good. Cold Games has fixed a bug that caused animals to spawn outside the fence where there is a 90-degree turn in the fence, and we've certainly witnessed that bug, so that's been fixed. Just looking at my notes, you can now fill your canteens at a water source by hovering over the canteen and pressing use, which for me is the E key, which is all very good. What you do have to be careful though is double clicking. If you double click, you will use and fill the canteen and then immediately drink the water, so be careful. But it certainly does speed things up, and I've used that myself, and it is really, it is very good. Fix some splashing footsteps, not playing in a certain section of a stream, max stat counts of many items, and yeah, pretty much that. But it's really just all about this new health system and cooking. And I'm hoping that where Cold Games is going with this is eventually that we will have weather. Oh, there is a plant and there is a wolf, so we will take that wolf out and get that plant because we need all these plants. Come on. What are you doing? Why haven't you run towards me? It's very bizarre. Right, let's see what this plant is. So what have we got? That's a carrot. Okay. Right. Let's butcher, and hopefully we will get a steak and we can do some steak and eggs on our new frying pan. Livers. I could do liver and onion if I had onions. I did actually have an onion and I turned it into an onion seed so that I can plant it. I kind of wish I'd have kept the onion now. Although I don't know how many onions you need for the recipe, so it probably wouldn't have been very good. Oh, of course I can turn the fridge on now and keep these things. I don't have to. I don't have to turn them all into food immediately. That's awesome. Okay, that's going to be good. It was about time I built a fridge anyway. There is now a penalty. If you die, you will lose some of that health and strength. So if you've worked your way up to 90, perhaps, which is going to take quite a while, and then die, you will have a hit on that value. I don't know how much, but we'll see how that goes. And I think Cold Games has said, you know, he'll keep an eye on how that works and whether it needs any balancing. But if he brings in, if Cold Games brings in weather eventually, yeah, getting home after a cold run out in the snow to a hot home cooked meal to bring back up your strength and health bars, that'd be awesome. I really like that idea. Uh oh. It's definitely over there. So we've got some rogues somewhere, I'd say. Okay, well I'm not going to worry about them. I'm looking for iron ore right now. That's much more important to me. There's some. We need this. We need these iron ingots. So I think I've roughly covered everything that's been in the update. I will leave a link to the Steam page for you to have a look underneath the this video if you are interested for further details. There's some lovely pictures of the meals that you can cook. The boiled eggs look really tasty if you like eggs. I really want to make some tomato soup. I've got tomatoes, of course, plenty of tomatoes, so we should be able to do that as well once we manage to build a boiling pan. We've got the frying pan right now, we just need some steak, and we'll take out another wolf in a moment and hopefully we'll be able to get a steak and make that our end of day meal for this episode. But it looks like it's quite possible to manage to run around as we've always done with the low grade cooked chicken and rabbit and a tomato and some water and survive quite happily. But you will very, very, very slowly build up those other levels, which, you know, is fine. You can play the game without having to do that. It's a good way of making the challenge of later game more interesting, having to manage those levels later game. I mentioned in the last episode that I had started another profile, and I'm kind of, I think, about 10 days into it and managed to get quite a decent build together. I'm going to carry on with it just a little bit longer. I might make it sort of 20 odd days, and then I'll do a quick video on that and show you what I've put together. I'm really enjoying that challenge. Ah, there's a plant down there. They're very easy to spot once you've seen them a couple of times. That looks like an onion to me. Yes, an onion. Onion seed, not an actual onion, unfortunately. Getting an onion itself is rare. Getting an onion seed, I think, is more doable. We need another wolf. What are you? Level 3 bear. We don't want a bear. A bear's too difficult. Although I do have the weaponry. The risk to getting a broken leg at this point. If you have an injury, by the way, so if you're infected or a broken leg for a little while, it will affect those bars too, I understand. Those strengthened health bars. Same way the cold will as well. If you're sitting out in the cold or you're running out in the cold, those bars will take a hit. I've got these 3 livers to get back, but I do want to get a wolf. Let's have both of those. Is that a bear? Yeah, that's a bear. Let's go and take this wolf out, perhaps. Wouldn't you know it, I'm looking for steak, and we just can't seem to get it. I want to make steak and eggs so bad. Not something I'd eat in real life, but I really want to make it in the game. Yay, we got a steak! Right, let's go back and do a bit of cooking. We've had a good look around. We've found one plant, I think. But I've found plenty as I've been running around on the... I think I did a couple of days off camera just to build up a bit of the iron. Just have a peek over here. Yeah, just to build up the iron levels so that at least I'd be able to build the cooker and show you the cooker, and I think that was worth it. It's just a lot of running around doing this, basically, looking for ores on the side of rocks and checking out Autastic twice a day. So yeah, a lot of grafting. I know there was a crate back there, but I want to get back and do this cooking. And we'll put the fridge on and we will get our livers stashed away so we can make some liver and onions once we've got our onion crop. Oh look, we've got another plant. Potato! And we've got a potato seed. Awesome, I'll plant that when we get back as well. It's been nice and quiet again with the hunters. I wonder if they're, I don't know what they're doing. Just checking. Oh, and by the way, I actually got some chickens. I got 2 live chickens. As you can see, we've got them up level 9. I wonder if I can butcher them when they get to 10 to get a whole chicken and put him in the fridge. I'll come back down and we'll check their food and water for them later. I don't want them to die, that's for sure. Okay, what do we need to do here? We'll drop a fuel brick in first. Right, eggs. Oh, I think you need water as well. for some of the recipes. So we'll grab that, we'll grab some eggs. I will just take 4. Let's see what we need. Steak and eggs. 1 steak and 2 eggs. 100 power. Oh, look at that! Nice. So it's like a halogen type thing, isn't it? Right, put those eggs away. We need a bit of water. Let's turn the fridge on now then. 0.20. We're going to need to manage our power now. Right, so I've got 4 carrot seeds and 2 more onion seeds, 3 more onion seeds. Look how many tomato seeds I've got as well. Let's split this iron in half. And we'll get that on as well. I'm going to turn the generator on to make sure that we've got plenty of power now that the fridge is running. And we're going to need to upgrade this. So, well, actually the fridge will be better to upgrade power efficiency. We're still going to need 2 metal ingots there. 4 metal ingots in total. How many ingots will we be able to make? We'll be able to make 2. Okay. Let's render the fat. Oh, it's finished. And there's our first meal. Wow. 46 protein, 45 hunger. It'll take our hydration down, but it'll give us 0.2 max health and 0.22 max strength. Wow. Right, I'm going to put that in the fridge for the moment, and it's going to be cold, but that's fine. We'll keep the liver in there. I want to get this done. We've got rope, we've got scrapping and electronics, and we should be able to make 2 ingots very easily. Okay, let's do something productive. Let's go and plant this extra potato seed. I've got the poop. We're going to need some water. Let's take 3. I don't know how much I'm going to need. Gosh, there's going to be so much stuff to do on an evening. And you imagine you're in the middle of this and then the hunters attack. So we've got carrots, onions, and there's the potato coming out there. Fertiliser, we'll drop that in. Let's plant the potato. I don't want to overload this. Cold Games has decreased the amount of fertiliser and water that you need for this plant bed. Very slightly, but he does warn that if you overload it, obviously it's going to use a lot of fertiliser and water, so it's about managing what you need, growing what you need. Let's put some of this stuff away, and we'll run down and get some water, but I want to make sure the chickens are okay. I can't afford to lose chickens, level 10 chickens. I'm probably only going to raise these chickens to level 10, and then we probably won't have any more for a while, purely because they're going to be so very expensive. I'm thinking about maybe cooking one of these livers, but yeah, okay. Let's go down and do this water. Put you in there. When we come back, there might be enough. There might be enough power and mass and stuff to do those ingots. Yeah, let's feed the chickens first. I'm just thinking what way is best. Now, what I've been doing is using grubs and kelp, but that is going to eat into the water. But it is the cheapest way of keeping on top of their food. Right. 84 kelp's gone down to 69, and look at the water's taken a massive hit. I'll take the poop and the eggs, and I've only got 2 chickens at the moment, and I think, yeah, they're going to be level 10s in the morning, I'd say. Oh, all this going on while you've got a hunter attack. Wow, it's going to be epic. I'm so grateful it's been quiet. Nice. Just making sure there's none of those plants. Looks like there's a couple of crates there. I'm not going to risk it. Oh, right. Let's hover over these then. Right, so if I hover over and press E, 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 E. There you go. Nice and easy. That sounded like a bear. Sounded like a bear. Right, we're going to have to get more kelp and more grubs. Let's go and cook the water. It really has mixed things up. It's very good. It's got me thinking differently now about my priorities. So plants and chickens are taken care of. Just need to take care of us. We need fruit and veg. I'll have a tomato, I think. And let's treat ourselves to this steak and eggs then. So, the bar is there. Not quite halfway. Let's see what happens. Oh. Oh, that was just right. If I'd have gone any further, that would have overflowed. So yeah, that's a really awesome meal. And look at those health and strength bars, the little bars underneath the main ones. They've jumped up quite a way. Now we should have our water done. And a bit of fat coming out there as well. That one is full and this one is a little bit down. Keeping these topped up just for the moment. So luckily I made all my burnt livers into antidote before the change. I'm quite pleased about that. It's a bit of a relief. Right, let's put the water. We don't need to put the water in here. I do know that, but just for the purposes of this. Right, let's see about making these ingots. How are we doing? Got 16 and 3 in here. We need one more iron, and we can make 2 ingots and do the first level of upgrade for the fridge, because that is going to be running all the time, whereas the oven is only going to be running when you cook something. I want to make tomato soup. I want to look at what that recipe is, but I can't click on it because I don't have the equipment. So we're going to have potato and onions soon, so that'll be cool. That's not as good. I reckon some of these things need... you need to craft those, probably to make the fish pie. You'd probably have to make hash browns. You might need to make boiled eggs in order to make fish pie. Mashed potato, possibly, to make fish pie as well. Interesting, isn't it? It's very well thought out, I think. Right, let's go and make these 2 ingots and we'll do the first level of upgrade on the fridge. Wow, look at my iron, I'm down to 1. Wow, that's terrible. We're going to need 1 rope. Luckily we made all of this rope the other day for... I was thinking of upgrading the 44, but... we are... Oh wow, you can stack those to 50. I don't want 50 of them. Ooh. Goodness me. Yeah, I definitely don't need to carry 50 around with me. I'm kind of wondering what you can stack those to. 50 as well. Wow. Okay, how are you doing? Let's see if we've got those two. Got the 2 ingots. What do we need power-wise to do an upgrade? 470, right. We've got enough, so we need 8 and 8. Let's get this first upgrade done on this fridge. So at the moment we are using 0.20. This will reduce the running cost by 20%. And it's gone down to 0.15. That's made a big difference. Awesome. Good. So more iron ingots, and more upgrades, because I'd like to upgrade the cooker as well, and probably the plant bed, put a grow light on there. So much to do, so much to do. That looks like that's finished then. We'll turn you off. So we've got 7, barely enough for 1. So I think it's been a very, very interesting upgrade, update from Cold Games. It's certainly mixed things up a bit. It's giving us something else to do on an evening. I don't know how these bars are going to play long term. That's going to be something to keep an eye on, and how that affects you in battle. Get hit by the hunters a couple of times and this gets impacted and knocks you back. It's going to be quite, yeah, very interesting to see. But we are getting into the new day, so this one, this episode is a little bit later than I wanted to bring. But you can see I was just trying to do some of the groundwork so that I could bring you a little bit of the interest of the update. At least we've got to see the cooker, and we've baked our first recipe. But yeah, iron is going to be a huge, huge thing in the future. And the stacking is great, and the plants are awesome. And we've got new things to look for as we're running around now. How are they? They're going to be ready tomorrow, I'd say. Not the potatoes, but the rest of them should be. But I'm going to have a line of plant beds along here eventually, hopefully. I'm so glad I did all of the solar panels way back when. Oh, and we better butcher and store our 2 whole level 10 chickens as well, so we can eventually make a chicken casserole. So that's where I'm going to leave this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Until the next time, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.